So you're applying this cycle. You don't really know what to expect and how it's going to go. You might have not even left the state. You're not even sure if you want to go out of state. Yeah, a lot of people go through something like this when they are trying to apply for anything like dental school or medical school. So I actually applied in 2025. I was a part of that cycle, and there's a lot of things that I wish I did differently in hindsight. So I just kind of want to share a couple of things. This always depends on whatever school you end up interviewing at, but the biggest thing to do is just be yourself. It really is as simple as that. What I mean by this is that you want to have some talking points, sure. However, you don't want to sound like you're ChatGPT talking during your interview. You don't want to rehearse it so badly that it just sounds robotic. You want to kind of just be fluid with it and just kind of be yourself and show the kind of person that you are. If you don't know the kind of person that you are, maybe take some time to figure out the kind of person that you are. You know, we spend all of our time just studying. We really lose touch with ourselves at the end of the day. So another tip is that I wouldn't recommend talking about the other schools that you applied to other applicants. The reason I say this is because you're going to the school that you were invited to interview for their school. And so them hearing you talk about, oh yeah, I interviewed here, oh yeah, I really want to go to this one, etc., etc. It's like going to somebody's house and just taking a shit on their floor, you know? You could say like, oh, this school has a lot to offer and I really want to see it firsthand, so don't give it too much energy is what I'm trying to say. Another thing is that I personally wouldn't talk too much about like your achievements unless they ask about it during your interview. I say this because you don't want to give off the impression that you know you're better than everybody, and you don't want to kind of show off as well. You kind of want to have a level of humbleness that you kind of carry with you, and I think not just for like interview's sake, I think that's also like a good thing to have in life in general, because when you're talking to patients and when you're interacting with people, nobody really kind of cares about the things that you've done. They just care about getting the work done and if you're competent to do it, and just kind of being in the present about it, you know? Always, do the best that you can with that. It's kind of hard though, I get it. You want to be proud of, how far you've come and all that, but, be proud in here. Because you're literally there. If you're interviewing there, you're literally there because you meet the qualifications. It's really not that deep, guys. A big thing that I think is important as well is, ask your interviewer about themselves. Get to know them as people, because, learning about the kinds of people that are in the school will give you a good idea about what kind of atmosphere the school might be to a certain degree. On top of that, I wouldn't be afraid kind of taking a notebook with you and just kind of writing some stuff down, because our attention spans, at least mine, is just not really all there. So being able to kind of engage with like writing down some stuff while you're talking to somebody, it really like makes yourself invested in what you're learning from this person. And on top of that, I think it's important just to be honest. Probably know within the first hour if this is a school that you want to be in. Because at the end of the day, you're a person as well. And despite you going to an institution for an interview to get some opportunities, you got to have some self-respect for yourself, and you got to have some limits for yourself as to what works with you and what doesn't work with you. Regardless of that, I know it's a stressful time, but just take it one step at a time. Just be honest, be genuine, be curious about other people. The whole field in general, it's a people's field, and I think if you want to be successful in this field, you got to make sure that you understand how to connect with people, and you got to look for things and ways to connect with people. You got to be able to relate to people even when you have nothing to relate with them about, because that's just human interaction in a nutshell. So yeah, just do your best. Good luck, and hell yeah, good stuff.